Okay, stop right there. If you're about to go on a cruise from Miami, there are 5 things you absolutely need to do before you even step on that ship. Most people don't, and I've seen it go really, really wrong. Missed cruises, stressed out families, missing hundreds of dollars, all over mistakes which are totally avoidable. And trust me, I'm going to show you exactly what to do, including in a last minute one, which can literally ruin your entire trip if you skip it. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to start your Miami cruise the right way, stress-free and ready to have fun. Tip number 1, don't fly out on cruise day. Now this can apply to any location, but particularly Miami. Don't fly in on the day that the cruise leaves. I cannot stress this enough. It sounds obvious, right? But I've seen it happen over and over again. There are so many horror stories on social media, and we've all seen the videos. Couples sprinting through the airport, luggage flying everywhere, and kids crying, all for a cruise that left without them. Because here's the thing, there's traffic, there's security lines, there's flight delays, and they all add up. And in Miami, there's nothing worse than realizing you're going to miss your cruise and there's nothing you can do about it. So my personal tip is flying in at least a day early. Book a hotel near the port and grab a good night's sleep and maybe go out for a quick dinner downtown. That way you can board stress-free the next morning. But here's an extra tip. If your cruise is sailing during the winter months, especially in North America, maybe give it 2 days. The reason I say this is that the snow at some airports can actually delay flights for more than 24 hours. And you don't want to feel so prepared only to be let down. But seriously, it's the difference between starting your cruise relaxed or starting your cruise panicked, wondering whether the ship is going to sail away without you. And nobody wants that to the start of their holiday. Number 2, pick your hotel wisely. Not just cheap, not just near the airport, the right area. Miami is big, and for somebody that hasn't been there, it's really big. If you take just 2 areas of Miami, downtown and Miami Beach, they're completely different in the way that you get to the port. You might think, oh, I'll just get a cheap place near the airport. But it turns out the Uber ride, which should be 10 minutes, turns into 45 minutes with traffic. Last time I cruised from Miami, I stayed at a hotel in South Beach, Miami, and what looked like should have been a 10 to 20 minute Uber ride actually turned into almost an hour. It was lucky that I planned appropriately for this and left plenty of time, so I got to the port without any hassle at all. But it's a good lesson. So my advice on this one is research the hotel location carefully. Check how far it really is to the port. And an extra tip is go into Google Maps or to Apple Maps or whatever maps you look at that has traffic information, and look at the distance and time it takes to get from your hotel to the port while it's peak hour traffic. A little planning early on can save hours of headache later on. Okay, let's hold it there for a second. Let's talk about your worst cruise day nightmare. I want to hear all about it in the comments. Let me know if you've had some close calls, or if you've witnessed peer runners or have seen people be refused entry to your cruise ship. Let me know, drop it down in the comments. And remember, make sure you subscribe so you can get more tips, more stories, and more cruise advice. Number 3, plan your transport to the port. Don't just assume that getting to the port is going to be a smooth experience. Port Miami is a beast. There's thousands of passengers and multiple ships leaving at any one time. Uber can often surge price around the port and around hotel areas. There's often taxi lines, and waits for shuttle buses can be extraordinary. It can actually be chaos. Just like when you're trying to find your hotel, you really need to figure all this out before you leave. You need to decide if you're going to take a rideshare or take a private shuttle, or even if you want to drive yourself. And another tip, make sure you have a backup plan, because trust me, nothing ruins a cruise day faster than getting caught in traffic and you feeling like you're going to miss the ship. And here's something as well. What happens here can directly impact what I'm going to address in point number 5, which I'll get to a little bit later. Miss something small and it could cascade into a full-blown disaster. Number 4, check your boarding time and arrival window. This one gets overlooked all the time. If you arrive too early, you're stuck waiting forever. Arrive too late, well, you're stressed, rushing, and it throws your entire day off. You know, boarding windows exist for a reason. Ships don't like waiting for late passengers, and the lines can be massive. Knowing the exact window, giving yourself a buffer, and checking for any last minute changes is key. So what do I do in this situation? As soon as I get these times, I put them in my phone. I set a reminder and even sometimes a second reminder. This tiny step can actually save your entire morning of any chaos. And as I've said, nobody wants to start their cruise in panic mode. Number 5, double check your cruise documents. And this one really ties back to everything that we've spoken about so far. Because if you get to the port and you realize you're missing something, your passport, your boarding pass, visa, or your health forms or anything else, you can't just run back to the hotel and grab it. Traffic is already a nightmare around this port. Everything is chaotic, and there's a very real chance that you won't make it back in time. People have lost entire cruises over something as simple as this. And the worst part about it, it's totally preventable. So here's what I do before every cruise, even before every holiday. I put everything into one folder, whether that's a digital folder or a physical folder. I double check my boarding passes. I make sure they're saved in a secure location on my phone. And importantly, I check my passport validity. Remember, for most countries, you need at least 6 months validity in your passport to be able to leave. I always make sure I have a photo of my photo page of my passport in my phone, just in case. Make sure you have readily available copies of any visas, ESTAs, or any entry documents that you need for the country that you're leaving from or the countries that you're going to. Do this and you should be good. Okay, now here's a few bonus tips that all cruisers must make sure they have. The first one, really quick, travel insurance. It sounds really boring, but it can literally save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Make sure you have snacks and water readily available. The lines can be crazy on all cruises. Make sure you're prepared. And the most important thing, especially because you're going on holiday, stay relaxed. The ship isn't going anywhere for at least the first 30 minutes once you've boarded. Stressing at any point through this doesn't help anyone. And if you've followed all of these tips, it should severely reduce any of the amount of stress that you're feeling. So there you have it. The 5 things you need to do before cruising from Miami. Now, if you found this helpful, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out. Now, safe travels, and I'll see you on your next ship. Bye.